What's up, guys? Welcome back to Cozy Bear Time with Jeri and Bree, or Bree and Jeri, or whichever way you want to say it.
Or the Bears.
Or the Bears. This is where we talk about life, culture, Jesus.
Go Jesus.
Go Jesus. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah. So thanks for hanging out.
Let's get cozy.
Cozy time.
I will be eating snacks because I just got off of work, so a little ASMR as well.
Or if I cut it out.
He'll cut it out. He doesn't like that. I'm an ASMR girl. Not so much.
Well, I'll be getting the ASMR because I'll hear you chew.
I'm going to chew extra loud and extra slow.
Oh my God.
So before we dive in, Jeri went to his doctor's appointment. Bam, 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 bam. Go, Jeri. We do. He went to his doctor's appointment, got blood work, got tests done, and solid work. Solid work. Proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good. Doctor said everything was good. Nothing too crazy. He thought I had high blood pressure, but I don't.
The nurse just took it wrong.
Yeah.
We'll leave that there.
But yeah, that was like a month ago. We said that on the last podcast we tried to record, but we had some snafus.
Yeah. But
we caught it.
We almost did it again.
This SD card messed us up last time.
And it was in the beginning.
It was
of
in
this
there.
one.
Yeah, when we started recording, it's like I remembered I didn't choose the SD card, so we caught it before we got too deep in it.
I feel like how I'm eating this, I feel like I'm trying to sneak food in class, like trying to hide behind the mic thing.
No, but like, because Pastor Billy was recording a podcast. The same thing happened to him. So if you be careful with your SD cards or any storage thing you're using for recording stuff, make sure you use the right thing, because it'll corrupt the file if it doesn't work properly, which would suck, especially if we record a really good hour podcast.
Yeah, corruption.
Okay.
How you doing today? Check in.
Good. It's hot today. Well, not hot, but
it's hot. 68 degrees.
Yeah.
It's hot for Western New York.
For Western New York during the winter or the spring.
68 degrees.
I guess yesterday was like
decent.
50.
Yeah. And then it was the eclipse yesterday, the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse.
I didn't watch it.
He didn't. He texted me. He was like, it's dark in the house. I had to turn the light on. I was like, that happens with an eclipse.
Yeah, I sort of forgot, but also knew. Because I was scrolling yesterday a little bit, and I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But all people were also saying you couldn't really see it around here just because we had a lot of clouds.
Yeah, so we live in Western New York, and it was pitch black because it was super cloudy, too. And then next thing you know, the light was here.
Yeah, as you can see behind Bree, the sun just rolled out again. So,
yeah,
it's like...
not nighttime.
It's not nighttime when we usually record. So, we're doing this in between things.
Just got off of work.
Yeah. How about you? How was your day?
I'm tired.
You're tired?
Yeah, well, because today was a long day at work, and it's just a lot of things going on, and just trying to get things done before transitions and a whole bunch of stuff. It was all over the place today in heels, so I feel like I'm running, and I wanted to take my makeup off, but I was like, we're just going to stay in this and then get to it after, so we can get started on this.
Fun.
Oh,
what?
I had pneumonia.
Oh, yeah, she did.
First time. And it's crazy because how I got it, it said, in the rare occasions it happens, it's possible. I'm the walking case of rare. It's me. Hi. Rare girl, it's me. I am. Just...
You're made uniquely you.
Yeah, and it's just the weirdest, craziest things happen to me. And I'm just like, you know what? Not surprised.
You want to bring this closer, G?
Yeah.
Or like you can swivel it so you're not like leaning.
Hunched over. Yeah.
Leaning hunched over. So big topic today.
Topic.
Topics. So what's the big topic today? Oh my gosh, I can't talk today.
It's okay.
Water, please. Thank you.
Cannot compute.
Okay, big topic today. What is it?
Trader Joe's chips. Just kidding. We're moving.
Yeah. Yeah, so we just announced it to our church not yesterday. Today's not Monday.
On Sunday.
On Sunday.
Today's Tuesday.
Yeah, so it's openly known now that we are moving.
We've known for almost a year.
Yeah, something we've been praying on and thinking about and planning for, along with our pastors. So if you watched our last episode, it was about what's next, and this is what's next.
Yeah, we couldn't say it yet.
Yeah.
But we knew about it.
Are you channeling Star right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just watched Wish and the Star in the beginning.
Well, I did that before.
No, I know that, but I thought it was funny.
But I think Star is me. I am Star.
You're a star. You are a star.
You're a star.
Oh, thanks.
Shining star. No matter who you are.
So how do you feel about transitioning and moving and all the things that are part of it right now overall?
Overall, it's bittersweet.
Yeah.
I'm excited,
Yes.
but it's also hard, you know, because I didn't think when we first moved out here, I didn't think we'd fall in love with the area and the people like we did.
Yeah.
When we first moved out here, we did have a timeline. We were like, you know what, we're going to give about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
But then our goal wasn't to move back to California.
Yeah.
Our goal was to move to New York City after being here a few years, transition to that, and
see where God
took us
us.
next.
Yeah.
But he's taking us back, which is crazy. This is something I've been talking about a lot recently, and I don't know if I've mentioned it on the podcast, but God has been building my life on all of my nevers. So I said I would never get married. Oh, crazy. I said I would never serve in the church again. I'm there every week, sometimes middle of the week, you know, and I love serving the church and God's home and God's place.
Yeah.
I never thought I would.
Yeah.
See, never. I said I would never move. Like we said, we weren't planning on moving back to California for this. So that's like, we were like, no, we'll never move back.
Yeah, you said you never want kids.
I said I never wanted kids. I want kids.
Yeah.
I said God's just been building my life on all my nevers, and where we're moving in Southern California, I said I would never move back there, and I'm actually really excited to move back there. It's bitter, like I said, it's bittersweet because I love it here, but I'm just excited for what God has next. And it's just crazy how he's been like, once we finally said yes and made the decision, because we were kind of going back and forth. Like we made the decision because God was like, go. And then we were like, God, you sure? We can just stay. We love it here. But I'm also like, I don't want to tell him no. I am terrified of telling him no.
We want to be obedient.
Yeah.
I think what you were saying with your nevers, it goes with something I was reading earlier. So Proverbs 16 verse 9. The heart of a man plans his ways, but the Lord establishes his steps. So no matter what we feel like we want to do or how we see our life, like we technically don't have control over that. God's gonna guide us to wherever he deems where we're supposed to go, and he'll guide us. Even if our plans lead us astray, he's there to help redirect. Which I think that's what was going on. Like I think we were getting comfortable here, and we knew we had a life here, but it's time for change and becoming parents and growing our family and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. And I just think it's crazy too, because like all the things we've learned here, like we've been built up.
Yeah. We're going to carry all that to the next day.
Yeah. But also like I was talking about this actually with someone today, but we've been talking about it a bit. Like the house that we're moving into, it's my grandparents' house. They moved out when my parents got married.
Yeah.
My parents started their family there. They moved out. My grandparents moved back, and so much family has been in and out of that house. And now we're moving in to that house to start our family. Yeah. So it's crazy how it's like full circle. And I've always loved this house. Like some people have dreams in houses, you know, my dreams always go back to this house. Like even though I've lived in quite a few houses, my dreams are always this house. Yeah. And it's crazy.
I remember early on, you like when we were dating, you had dreams about like living in the house again.
Yeah. And it's just crazy full circle, you know, how God is like taking us to like where I know like where my family began, but it's where our family's going to begin too. And I'm just really excited to start this new journey with you. Like, yes, every day is a new journey with us, but it's like the next the next chapter. And I'm just really excited because we're taking stuff from that we've learned over the last 3 years, and I'm so blessed for the last 3 years too, because like we legit got married and then moved across the country, said deuces, y'all.
That was the reason why we pushed up our wedding, was because of what God was calling us to here.
Yeah. But
Right.
I think it's just crazy because like I was talking to someone today at work because they were asking, they were like, we heard you're leaving.
Yeah.
But I was just telling her, like, we had to literally uproot from where we were to build on God's foundation rather than our family's foundation. And the foundations that we were so used to that weren't the most solid anyways, but we had to find him for him to be our firm foundation.
Yeah.
And once we made him the center and our foundation, we were able to build us and our relationship with each other and with him and build our relationship through him, you know? So it's incredible that now we're taking these tools back, because like 5 years ago, I would have never seen this happening. And now I'm like, God, I thank you.
Oh no, I think every year that passes with our relationship and our marriage, like it's always surprising to look back and like, oh, this is where we went.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to eat that chip?
I'm not going to eat that chip.
Why?
Because I just feel like, okay, every time you're talking, I don't want to just... I feel like it takes away from the moment.
No, I could not cut to it.
I'm hungry.
You can eat it. It's fine. That's why I said eat if you need to eat. So we just announced it, but for us and a few hand-selected people like known about it, the transition, like how have you, in that season of transition or this season of transition, like how have you been feeling about it? Like processing it like with one another and just like internally, like what was all the things?
At times I was scared.
Yeah.
So at other times I felt very vulnerable.
Yeah.
I felt impatient because I wanted to share, because I can't keep secrets. I'm
You're pretty bad at secrets.
But I did great with this.
Yeah.
By the grace of God, let me tell you, he's been helping. I felt sad for a bit because like I'm not going to be next to my best friend anymore, you know?
Yeah.
But I know this is a friendship that's going to last a lifetime.
Yeah.
I was scared also because I was thinking about, because moving back to California for a bit, I thought I was going backwards. And that's not the case at all.
Yeah. Well, you said it. Like, I don't think we're backtracking. We're uprooting again.
Yeah.
Like, we set a foundation in California at one point in time, and we had to uproot, go into a different pot.
Yeah.
Now we're budding plants again that need to be in different soil.
I was scared of moving back to Southern California for like reasons of like my past and stuff. But I'm also like, I'm not that person anymore.
You're not. No.
And we're not those people anymore.
Yeah.
But also like, it was just mostly the devil trying to like shame me away from our next.
Yeah.
Because we're here, I'm like, you know what? I never have to go back. I never have to face any of those people that have hurt me or who I've hurt. So, you know, but now I'm like, I've forgiven.
Yeah.
And I've repented, you know, I've done what I needed to do. And I'm also at this point of like, I'm not scared anymore because God has like shown me, he was like, girl, what you got to be afraid of? And I'm like, nothing. And once I separated like fear and the fear of God and like submitted to fearing the Lord in a healthy way and not fearing the world around me, that's what got me more excited. But it's also the inner healing I've been doing too. So it's been a lot of just different stages of like, I'm excited, I'm not, I'm excited, I'm not. But now I'm just genuinely, I'm excited, but I'm also just like, it's bittersweet.
It's bittersweet, yeah. Oh no, it's when we make the jump, it's the people that we are now. The people that we are now are gonna be able to handle different things that we probably couldn't handle before. It's gonna be a testament of like what change has happened, what God has done within us, how we've grown. So it's exciting.
Yeah. What have you felt in this transitional time from knowing?
I mean, I think it's required both of us to lean on the Lord a little more, especially since we weren't actively talking with other people about it. which was hard, right? Because it's like we're so open. It's very much a big change for us and just around those around us. So to not include people in the conversations and require just to pray about it and just seek God throughout the whole process was it was a growing, because like we were at our wits' end. So who else would we run to? We'd run to God for it. So I think that it was required, because then we're not going to have this community in proximity to where we're at. Like we're going to have to build new community, a lot of new things. Yes, we'll have family and friends, but it'll be different. Like different from what we're different people. It'll be different from what we were used to.
Yeah.
The past 3 years. So
yeah, we have the fruit's different.
The fruit's different,
and we have different expectations.
Yeah.
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 So. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's still a lot of unknowns for this transition, but that's okay, because we're trusting in God and what He's gonna bring forth and what He has planned, and trying to not have our hands all over it. Yeah. Like, yes, we still have to make decisions and abide by whatever, but we're leaving it up to Him to provide and figure it out with us. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm. It's good.
Yeah.
My mouth is burning.
Drink your water.
No, I'm gonna just power through it.
Okay, so what are you looking forward to next specifically?
A lot. Yeah. I'm looking forward to starting our family.
Yes, which we've talked about. Yes.
I'm looking forward to being around our family.
Yeah.
Like, I have 2 nephews and a niece now, so being around them and just
squishing their little fishes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with them. I can't wait to be around them. And food. I can't wait for good food again.
Yeah, we just got a budget for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we moved here, we didn't realize that we'd miss the accessibility of
and the
convenience of certain amenities, such as food.
I will just say the convenience of diversity.
Yeah, diversity within
everything.
Yeah, so diversity in like restaurants, culture, people, lifestyle. Just because like we came from a city that was very much that, and then to move to a small town that was lacking that required us to learn a lot of things. So cooking was a big thing, which I mean,
we already knew how.
We knew how, but I think
it stretched us.
Being without, like, stretched us to be like, okay, I can't get this, so I need to learn how to make it.
Yeah. So we had to learn everything, and we were cooking a lot more than we were going out. Whereas, like, being in California, we went out to eat a couple times a week sometimes.
Yeah.
Whereas here, no.
If we did, it's not like the best food. It's more than likely fast food.
Yeah.
Or food that like
this one looks cool. It's like a double. Sorry.
Oh, double.
I don't know if they can see that. Zoom in.
Yeah, those are weird. Why do you don't have to cover it?
Oh, well, I just didn't know if it. I don't know.
No.
I'm not covering it. I'm just.
Well, no, because to me, because like I watch YouTube videos, like people do that so you can autofocus on the thing.
Does it?
No, it's not autofocus.
Oh.
For this, they're pretty sure they sorry, Trip. How's that one? Good.
Because it's like double layered.
But yeah, not having the accessibility to certain foods required us to learn how to cook. And I think, yes, we knew how to cook before, but being lacking all the things required us to just learn quicker, accelerate our chef skills development.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, I mean, I think we're doing pretty good now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for all of 2022, 2021 into 2022, I was even baking, like making things homemade. I was making homemade bagels. I was making our own oat milk. I was doing everything. I was becoming a little
chefy girl.
Not just chefy girl, but I was like, let me just be one of these girls. Just make everything from scratch. Little Nara Smith, you know? But before
Nara Smith blew up.
Yeah. Well, before I knew her.
Yeah.
But then with working the job I work, I'm like, I can't do that now. Because it was like, because we're the type of people, if we can't do it, we'll make it.
Yeah.
But then after a while, I'm like, I can't do it because I don't have time, so I can't make it.
Yeah, I'm at the point now that dishes get in the way of me actually wanting to cook the things I want to make.
Yeah, because we don't have a dishwasher.
We don't have a dishwasher.
But we'll have one. Yes.
Yeah, I can't reach. High five. Stretched.
Yeah.
But no, I get that because I love cooking, but sometimes I just
Well, because
don't want to. Dishes, and sometimes you just don't want to. Sometimes the convenience of like going to a restaurant, get something you like, which is out here for us is a little hit or miss.
Because everything we like is far.
Yeah, or even the local stuff here that we like is again hit or miss, depending who's there, what time you go, resources, all that stuff. So yeah, Mexican food, sushi,
Korean
food,
Japanese, any Asian food.
Asian food in general. That's definitely something that was lacking here. Although we have had some decent Thai food here.
Best Asian food we had was when we went to Toronto.
Toronto is cool, but yeah,
because Gyukaku was there, so it was just
a little piece of home.
Yeah, and then we went to the other Japanese restaurant where we had karage. I had that big old bowl and then it messed up my stomach.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have that whole thing.
Because I'm gluten intolerant, but I ate it up.
But now we're questioning the gluten intolerance.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I got lipstick on there.
Okay. You should be that close anyway.
Huh?
You should be that close anyway. That's fine.
I should be.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was the best thing I ate in a long time, and I was so happy. And the next day, I was a little miserable. And Jeri was like, "Next time we won't do this." I was like, "Why not?" He's like, "Because of this." I was like, "I will do it again." It was worth it for me. It was.
I said that was not worth.
Well, now I don't know.
Well, no, I don't want to see you in discomfort like that. That's not fun.
Yeah, but the food was great.
Well, I'm sure we can find good food where it doesn't hurt your stomach.
True. Because there's a lot more options in Southern California.
That's true. They do like their alternatives out there.
I do have a question for you.
What's it?
What is something that you notice has changed about you or shifted in you ever since being here?
Since being here?
Yeah, like over the last 3 years, like what's a shift that you not audibly, that you can recognize like off the bat?
I stress about things way less.
Yeah.
I mean, at least outwardly, I internalize. Well, not internalize it, but like I can process it without like overreacting, I guess. I know when we first started set up teardown for when we were still doing Bible studies, when I was overwhelmed, like you could tell. Whereas now, like
you're able to like process
and be like, okay, how do I can problem solve
like what actually carries
more quickly
weight.
And like why am I stressed? Like, am I too stressed to the point where like I can't actually do what I'm doing? Whereas before it's like, well, okay,
you're stressed
over like well, that's also like I felt like at the time I didn't have the skill set for what we were doing.
Yeah.
When I'm now at the point, I was just talking to someone this morning, was the things I know now I didn't know 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of growing, like information wise, but also spiritually, and just having to process creatively, like how do I solve this?
Yeah.
I'm better at it. I think that's one thing for sure.
Yeah.
How about you?
One thing that's changed for me over the last 3 years, especially over the last year, I've always read the Bible.
Yes.
But I love reading the Bible now. I love it.
You were just talking about this last night.
The night before.
And
This thing? The drama. I've been reading, so I've read bits and pieces of the whole Bible.
Yeah.
But now I'm actually like sitting down and taking my time, as I have been like all last year, like with certain books. I'm like just taking my time, studying, doing what I can. But I was like, you know what? I've never actually read all of through Genesis. Like I know the stories, grew up with them. I don't know why I'm looking at the camera, not you. I'm like, I know the stories. But I know the stories, but now like diving into every single thing, I'm like, death, deception, backstabbing, birthright taking, the blessing is taken, everything is taken, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm ready for season 2.
That should be a party game for people that read the Bible. Is like you describe without saying names, like what happens in that book.
It should be like, you know how they do Guess Who, and they'll be like, this person stole his brother's birthright.
Well, no, but
Jacob.
I'm saying like by book, because like you can, if you do it by person, then it could span multiple books depending on what character you're talking about. But like, cause like the one you're talking about, I know is Genesis. But I'm sure there's other birthright stealing pages in there too.
I don't know, but Jacob was grimy, dog. First, took his birthright.
Yeah, the way you're talking about it reminds me of that Instagram. There's this one girl who just does Bible tea time.
Oh my gosh, because it is. Yeah. It's tea, dog. Like, and the thing is, I've known these stories, but God has just given me such a different perspective on so much, and I'm just like, Jacob. I keep going back to Jacob because it's scandalous, but like, and I would love to be there and see all these things happening. Like Isaac, when he's about to get about to be a sacrifice. Yeah. I wonder if he was just like, you cutting my hair or what? Like, I wonder what like people were thinking in these instances. Like, it's just crazy. I love the Bible. I was talking to someone at work about it, and because I was asking them like if they're reading anything, and they were telling me about that, and they were like, "Are you reading anything?" I was like, "Yeah." Literally, the book I'm reading, so many chapters, but there's books within this book. First book is a creation story. I'm like, and then they were kicked out the party, and then brothers killing brothers, and then I made it so dramatic. And they were like, "What is it?" I was like, "The Bible."
No, but people, like, if you don't read it like that, people will never assume.
It is not boring.
Well, no, because some people assume the Bible is a rule book. Which, I mean, to a point it is.
Like,
it's not a rule book, it's a guidebook.
It's a guide, yeah. And it's just crazy because I'm like, I don't want to be light up. I don't want to be light up. Yeah. I don't. I don't want to be like Jonah. That's why I'm like, tell me where to go, I'll go. Tell me. I'll do it.
You don't want to go to Nineveh?
I surrender. Huh?
You want to go to Nineveh?
Huh?
Nineveh?
I'll go if he tell me to go, dog. I'm telling you. But the Bible is just... You want good entertainment? Read that on a Friday night.
I mean,
get your chips, get your water, get your Bible. Like, I'll be there just like eating my chips. What just happened?
You be tabbing the Bible like you do like other books.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you hear me sometimes when I'm reading the Bible now. You hear me talking about Genesis the other day?
Yeah.
Jeri was like, what you reading? I was like, I'll tell you this paragraph I'm reading right here. I think it was like chapter, 40. But I was just like, look at this. Oh my gosh, he done said this. But yeah, I just love the Bible so much more. Because like for a while, the Bible for me was just something like, I was like,
let me just, a
task, let me just check it off. Oh, I read it today, completed that.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, there's just such a like need in me. Like, but even before we filmed, because I didn't read my Bible this morning, I was like, hey, I need to read before we film. I was like, I just need to know. Like, one, I'm like, what's going to happen next?
Oh no, that happened to me too when I was reading. What book was it? I think it was Second Kings.
That's a whole lot too.
Was it Second Kings?
Samuel.
Second Samuel. Or the whole thing with David's son, and that was scandalous. So like, because I was doing a chapter.
Scandalous.
A chapter a day, but I was like, nah, I can keep going. So I was like doubling up because I was just like, I just want to know.
Dog.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I love this book.
Yeah, no, the Bible's dope. It's like has crazy stories, a lot of wisdom, guidelines for how to live a healthy life, and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, our pastor said it the other day. If you think the Bible's boring, you're boring. That's the truth.
Amen.
This thing. Glory be to God.
So at the top of the episode, we just announced it to our church that we're transitioning. We've been talking about it. Like, how do you feel about it finally being open? We can talk to people about it.
I'm just happy because I'm terrible at, like I said, I'm terrible at keeping stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that we can talk about it now. Yeah. I'm just, it's like a weight lifted.
Yeah. I was saying to people, it's a freedom, the freedom to speak freely and not withhold.
Yeah.
And the only reason we were withholding is just because like it was a big decision that we know we can't let others influence aside from God and like those we see as advisors.
Yeah.
Because like ultimately like we had to do something that God was calling us to do and what was best for our future and our family.
Yeah. But it was also like God was just working in that way too, because the people that we told before telling the church, like God had to move in their lives before we could tell them,
Yeah.
and the things that they had to go through things before, and we had to go through things too, in making sure that we're presenting it the right way.
Yeah, it was a part of his plan for everyone to be prepared for it to happen.
Yeah, because like it could come off as breaking news. It could come off that way, but we wanted it to be an invitation because we're believing for something so miraculous. Like so many people have been blessed with the miracle that we are believing for, and when you lead with words like that, I feel like it's like accepted so much more, because I'm like, you have, like, with people who have kids, I'm like, you have the greatest blessing, like with you, whatever age it is, you have that. We want that.
And I think the past 3 years since we've been married, like, we've been able to witness the growth of these miracles. Like, we love all the little kids. We've been able to just be part of their lives as they grow up and just watch them and just watch them flourish. Like, I think that's gotten us to the point where we're both really excited to be parents finally. So we're super excited for that.
Ready to be a mother.
No matter what that looks like in the next year or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we announced it this past Sunday, but we're still here for another 2 months. So what does it look like? What does finishing well look like for you?
Just continuing to obey God with whatever He has.
While we're here.
Yeah. I want to do all I can with what He wants me to do within my capacity. I don't want to overdo it just because I feel like I have to. Because, like, especially with my job, I do love my job so much. But I was thinking about it too. I'm like, I'm moving. Like, my husband and I are moving. I shouldn't have to, like, work myself to the bone. Not that I'm saying I'm checking out, because I'm going to do what I can. Just to make sure that. But
there's a difference from checking out and, like, overdoing it to the point where you can't do anything else, because you have other things to prepare for. Yeah.
So I just doing what He wants me to do within the capacity that He's given me to do things. So, whatever He says to do with finishing well, just obeying Him, because like I said, I don't want to tell Him no, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. I was actually just talking about this this morning too. Like, we all have a capacity. God designed us all uniquely. We all have our bandwidth of, like, what we can accomplish, how much energy we have, how much we can handle. So He will always desire for us to reach our limit and surpass it sometimes. But if we can't do something, it's up to us to lean on Him. But again, we're made a certain way, so we can only handle so many things. Yeah. We don't need to be overstretched. Like, we're not meant for that.
We're not Elastigirl.
We're not Elastigirl. We're not Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Oh yeah, I was like, she's married to Mr. Incredible. But I forget he.
Mr. Fantastic stretches too. Not
tired.
Gumby.
Oh my gosh. What about you?
Finishing well looks like, well, I guess because we're different positions. So for me, it is the making it easier for those around me.
Easier or accessible?
No, easier. Like, I'm trying to impart as much as I can to those who want it. And
easy to comprehend and like
let the. Okay, so to make it clear, so at the church we're at right now, I am creative director, lead production, and all that stuff. So I'm leaving a team behind, which, like, has been growing exponentially. That everyone's learning and all that stuff. Yeah. But I want to make it easier for anyone who's going to come on board and who's learning currently to just. The ease comes with accessibility. So how do I streamline this to make it where anyone could do it? Yeah. So that's my goal for the next 2 months, along with, like, all the other responsibilities that I have. So, like, how do we make what we do on a daily basis, like, way simpler? So
my question is, do you think that by you completing all these tasks and these goals you have, that's you finishing well?
It comes down to helping better the future of what the team looks like. Yeah. Because if we were to streamline it now, and whoever's transitioning in to my spot, it will help them to help build the rest of the team. Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, we talked about before, us leaving doesn't mean they have to be like us.
Yeah.
We expect them to be themselves.
Yeah.
But if we can set up systems where it makes everything that we're doing easier or less of a burden, right? Because like when you're thrown into something new and you don't know what to do,
Yeah.
like how much harder is it?
If you don't have any like tools,
Structure. So like just trying to give them all the tools as much as they can.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not gonna click right away because it's gonna be a different thing. But I'm gonna pour out as much as I can, and then God's gonna do the rest, right? So yeah. So just help, be a helping hand that we always has been, and just finish all the assignments. Like I have such a long checklist from just meetings the past few weeks.
Yeah.
So, doing all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if we don't finish some, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The future looks really exciting. Yeah. I can't imagine what it's going to look like.
I don't know. We're not meant to know.
Yeah. We're not meant to know, which is okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited though. The future looks bright. God's going to do what he's going to do. And I think for us, it's really going to come down to like, let's enjoy the time we have here. And then
let's just keep enjoying what God has
it's
for
like,
us.
The Bible says, worry about tomorrow because tomorrow will come. So let's focus on right now and then enjoy the people that we have around us. And just, like we said, finish well. Be present, finish well. And we'll figure out everything else as it comes. It's exciting. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your prayers. And thank you for everybody all the encouraging words and prayers for what we have next.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. Yeah, if anything, aside from liking, subscribing, commenting, pray for us. Transitions are hard. They're not meant to be easy. And even the smallest of prayers means a lot. So thank you guys.
And we'll be doing a road trip back to California. We still haven't figured out which way to go. So if you have something that is super cool or a favorite food place, like favorite restaurant or somewhere, anywhere in the U.S. that you think we should possibly go,
put in the comments below.
Please. We want good food on our drive back.
Like we have a list, but like we can make it longer.
See, we have different ways that we possibly might go.
Yeah. It's
just a matter of finalizing it. So let us know good places, whether it's sightseeing, hiking, whatever it may be. We want to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us for Cozy Bear Time, and we'll catch you on the next one as Bree eats chips.